Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the FDD CF2002 or 200-2 or 2002. This is a fixed temperature dual circuit detector, heat detector. The CF stands for the fact that it is a fixed temperature unit. This unit, the suffix, the 2 in the part number, indicates that there are 2 sets of normally open contacts. The second set of normally open contacts are used to activate a local ancillary function that includes perhaps an elevator recall, release of magnetically held open doors, local signal operation, local enunciation, etc. However you might want to, utilize the second set of normally open contacts. Okay. In many cases, the set of contacts will be connected to a controlling relay that is used to switch heavier voltage. So, I'm not an electrician, but normally open, you've got it powered, so it's closed. When the system triggers, it will open, which means something else is going to have to happen. Something else is going to have to, like it says, trigger a relay that will then allow you to make something with larger power requirements initiate. Full local ancillary requirements with one simple device. So this is the simple device. Okay. Now it will include, of course, installation instructions. And below this video are some documentation, and let's take a look at that. And let's start with the data sheet that's there. The data sheet is a summary of the unit. Let's touch on it, and it will give us practically all of the information that we'll need to know regarding the unit. Weighs about 0.41 pound. It indeed does. Weighs actually 0.408. Diameter of the base, about 4 5/16. Has a height the escutcheon ring, that's where that, it's about 4 5/8. They're coming up with 5 1/4. We're coming up short on that. A height of 2 inch. Let's say we're going to be in that range, certainly with the escutcheon applied. Okay. Again, the -2 indicates that the detector is a double circuit with 2 sets of normally open contacts. The second set, again, as we discussed, to fire something upstream, so to speak, or downstream. The CF series detector are installed in areas where rapid increases in ceiling temperature are expected. Locations would include boiler rooms and industrial kitchens, commercial laundry rooms, janitor closets, change rooms with shower facilities, and saunas, meaning there's a CR model, a rate of rise, where you can get a detectable condition if the temperature goes from this amount to this amount in a given amount of time. That may not be appropriate for your application because it might be getting warm wherever you are. So a CF, a fixed temperature unit, would be used. The CF indicates that the detector is fixed temperature only, and this model is a 200 degree Fahrenheit model. Will therefore not respond to a rate of temperature increase, but will operate when the detector fuses at the prescribed Fahrenheit, 200 in this instance, 200. The detector is referred to as fixed temperature only and not restorable. Once it fires, it will have to be replaced outright. The second page of the data sheet will give you a table of the other items that are possible. You can see how the part number changes as the temperature changes. Just change the 200 to a 135, a 165, or a 285. And we'll also give you some additional information. There is, on this, a black and white dot that permits you to visually identify the unit from a distance without literally having to go up and make further review of any of the information on the unit. Of course, a visual indicator is pretty common on fire safety equipment. UL listed, ULC listed as well. That's going to be, of course, necessary. Okay, moving past the data sheet, let's get to the testing instructions. Let's get right to that. With the CF model, they can't be tested with a hairdryer or smoke in a can, things of this nature, because it will fuse. What you can do is short over the terminal, which is referred to in the installation instructions, which we'll go to now. So the creating a short circuit, that is referred to on page 2. That basically says conventional initiating circuits, or when using a dressing module, one set of contacts is installed across the circuit such that operation of the detector will create a short circuit condition required to activate the alarm panel. So that would be a normal installation of that. However, when testing the unit, the second instance of the word short is on the bottom of the second page. Shorting across the terminals will create that short circuit and prove the circuit function and zone identification. You'll know at that point, because whatever is going to happen as a result of this being shorted will, of course, operate. So the installation instructions on page 1, I'm going to just scan this. We've covered how the 200 refers to the temperature. The -2 gives us those 2 sets of contacts. The table is there of the other models. On the top of page 2, installation, it's going to show us the wiring diagram of where your ancillary circuits need to go, your 2 sets of normally open contacts need to go, and how your fire alarm input will be wired. The second normally open set can be used again to activate ancillary devices. All wiring must be in accordance with compliance, using 18 gauge at a minimum wire diameter. Begin electrical connections by stripping approximately 1 inch from the end of each wire. Insert the stripped end into the wire retaining hole in the terminal bar. Okay, you can see those holes. Wrap clockwise around the terminal screw and tighten. So in the hole, wrap it clockwise, then tighten it down. Circuit wiring must be broken at each terminal to ensure proper supervision. For use with addressable analog fire alarm connection panels, the detector is connected to the appropriate data communication link by means of an addressing module in accordance with the panel manufacturer's instructions. Contact rating 3 amps at 125 volts. As the then you've got DC, 28 volts DC, max 1 amp, 125 volts, 0.3 amp. As the volts go up, the amps will go down. 250 volt DC, 1 amp. Okay, and then the final information there is on testing. Again, can't use a heat detector with these because you'll fuse the unit and then you'll have to replace it. So there is, below this video, a link to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the FDD products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. And again, the installation instructions are included with the unit, typical type of material. If you have any questions on the FDD CF2002 or any other FDD product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.